Hey friends! Why does getting older feel like your body's hitting a slow-mo plus low battery combo? You catch every cold that floats by, a tiny cut takes forever to heal, and let's be real, your energy levels are basically doing the cha-cha with a snail. Spoiler, it's not just getting old, it's your body's master factory going rogue. Tucked in your bone marrow, hematopoietic stem cells, HSCs, are supposed to pump out blood and immune cells 24/7 like a hyper-efficient Amazon warehouse. But fresh off the press 2024 discoveries just spilled the tea. Two sneaky molecular culprits are making this factory rust. A rogue protein that piles up like unread emails, a guardian protein tricked into ditching its post. Yep, that's why aging hits your blood first. But here's the game changer. Scientists aren't just decoding the aging rulebook, they're rewriting it. Today, we're breaking down how to hit reset on your stem cells, keep your immune system kicking but later in life, and turn adding years to life into adding life to years. Let's crack this biological code. No lab coat required.
Today, we're cracking a code. Not a computer code, but one that's written into our very own biology, the code of aging. I mean, what if we could finally understand why our bodies slow down? And even more amazing, what if we could actually do something about it? Well, it turns out scientists are getting closer than ever, and the whole story, it starts in a place you might not expect.
I know. It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? But it's absolutely true. Deep inside your bones, tucked away in the marrow, lies one of the biggest secrets to how we age. And a recent burst of scientific breakthroughs has just handed us the key to understanding and maybe, just maybe, changing that entire process.
Look, it's a question we all think about eventually. Why is it that as we get older, we seem to catch everything that's going around? Why does it feel like it takes forever to bounce back? The answer to this really personal human experience, it all comes down to a very specific and incredibly important kind of cell.
So let's meet the star of our show, the hematopoietic stem cell, or HSC for short. The best way to think about these cells is as the master factory for your blood. They're in your bone marrow, and they are working nonstop, 24/7 for your whole life, pumping out every single blood cell and immune cell in your body. They are literally the source of your entire immune system. But what happens when this master factory starts to show its age? I mean, like any machine that's been running for decades, things start to slow down, get a little rusty. And believe me, this isn't just a minor issue. It's like a ticking clock that affects our entire body. When this factory's production line slows, the consequences are very, very real. You get fewer red blood cells, which can lead to anemia and that constant feeling of being tired. You get a drop in immune cells, which means your body's defenses are down, leaving you open to more infections. And this is a big one. Errors on the production line can actually increase the risk of really serious diseases like leukemia. This is the core problem of aging within our blood. Okay, but here's where the story gets really good. This isn't just a tale of inevitable decline. Nope. This is a scientific detective story where researchers are piecing together clues, molecule by molecule, to figure out exactly how this factory breaks down. And the detectives leading this investigation? It's a team led by a researcher named Wang Jianwei at Heinand Medical University. Through some absolutely brilliant work, they've managed to find the specific molecular self-destruct codes that get switched on in our stem cells as we age. They are literally reading the instruction manual for getting old. And get this isn't some discovery from 20 years ago. Just look at this timeline. The pace is just incredible. The first big clue popped up at the start of 2024. The second one came just a few months later in April. And these groundbreaking findings were just shared at a major conference. This is science happening as we speak.
So what did they find? Let's dive into the first critical clue they uncovered. It involves a molecular bad guy that we can think of as a rogue agent, wreaking havoc inside the cell.
Here's how this destructive chain reaction goes down. First, a specific protein, our rogue agent called TRMT6/61A, starts to pile up inside these aging stem cells. This protein then goes, well, rogue. It starts a chain reaction that creates a bunch of self-destruct signals, and that in turn flips the switch on the cell's self-destruct program, causing the whole stem cell factory to just fail. So you might be wondering, why is this rogue agent building up in the first place? Shouldn't the cell have a way to clean it out? Well, it does. The cell has this really sophisticated garbage disposal system designed to get rid of old proteins. But the researchers found that in aging cells, this system starts to break down. The cleanup crew fails, and that lets the rogue agent pile up to dangerous levels. Now, that's clue number 1, but it's not the whole story. The second major clue they found reveals a whole other layer to this mystery. This part of the puzzle involves another key protein, but this one isn't a villain. It's more like a guardian that gets tricked into abandoning its post. You see, this guardian protein called MCPH1 is a fantastic multitasker. It has 2 really important jobs. When it's inside the cell's command center, the nucleus, its job is to protect the master plants, our DNA. But when it's out on patrol in the main part of the cell, the cytoplasm, it has a totally different but equally vital job. It stands guard, preventing that self-destruct sequence we talked about from ever kicking off. So here's the tragedy of what happens as we get older. A specific aging signal acts like a false alarm. It basically tricks the guardian protein into thinking there's a huge emergency back in the command center. So what does it do? It abandons its post in the cytoplasm and rushes to the nucleus. And the result is a catastrophe. With no one left on guard duty, the self-destruct sequence is totally free to activate, and the stem cell is doomed.
Okay, so figuring all of this out it's huge, a massive breakthrough. But the really exciting part is what comes next, because once you understand how the code is broken, you can start to seriously think about how to rewrite it. This gives us a whole new blueprint for health.
And this, right here, is the payoff. For every single problem we just identified, scientists now have a potential target for a solution. If the problem is self-destruct signals, well, we can try to develop drugs to block them. If a rogue agent is building up, let's find a way to fix the cell's garbage disposal. And if a guardian is leaving its post, we can try to design therapies to keep it right where it needs to be. This is literally a roadmap for the future. So let's bring all this science back home. What does this actually mean for you, for me, for all of us? The future these discoveries are pointing to is one where we could keep our immune system strong and robust much, much later in life. Just imagine a future with fewer infections, less of that age-related fatigue, and a much lower risk of certain blood cancers. We're not just talking about adding years to life. We're talking about adding life to years.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one last thought. Our blood system is one of the first and most fundamental parts of our body to really show the effects of aging. If we're truly on the verge of learning how to reset the clock on our blood, it just begs the question, doesn't it? What other clocks inside our bodies could be next? The code is being cracked, and the future of healthy aging is being written as we speak. Thanks for tuning in.